Hello, friends. Good evening to everyone. I am Rajendra Bhatia, representing Creative Edge from Top Rankers, and I'm here to discuss some of important aspects that probably need to get across checked. I'm going to talk about a little faster thing, the NID test, which you all appeared for the postgraduate part of it. As per my promise of the other day, that is Monday, that we would be taking a live session onto what should have been done for the PG entrance test in NID. So let us look into the things one by one and let's see how things really worked out as far as the examination was conducted. Let us get on with understanding firstly what the NID prelim postgraduate, of course, that is M.Des program, meant. There were total, in the pattern, there were total 100 questions. The part one of these 100 questions were aptitude 1 to 22. They were altogether 30 marks allocated. I'll show you as to what exactly is the division of the questions. The test duration was 2.5 hours and not 3 hours, as we generally see with all the examination. So if you had gone with a very good understanding of the examination, I'm sure you would have really done it and justified your plea into it. Now, test duration 2.5 hours, that means 2 hours 30 minutes. However, no negative marking. As such, aptitude was very small, 30 numbers, 22 questions. Now let us look into the marking scheme for NID DET prelims. Question 1 to 14 were 1 mark each. You start with a small area. Then comes question 15 to 22. Altogether, 8 questions. And 8 questions, 2 marks each. So 14 plus 16 makes it 30 marks. Then there were 4 drawing questions. Now, among the drawing question, the number 23 was of 15 marks. Number 24, again of 20 marks. And, well, 15 marks for 25th. And again, 26 was 20 marks. Mode of the examination, you all know, you have already given it offline 2.5 hours. And total marks 100. English was the only medium. Multiple formats were the type of questions. Weightage of the NID DET examination. Now, here is what is the concern today. Suppose you have cleared the first round. Let's say you got 70 marks out of 100. A very high number that I'm taking as an example. But yes, if you have scored 70 marks, you know how much does it mean for the final? It means only 30% of 70, that is only 21 marks out of 100. Now, where to score from the out of the rest of the 70 marks? 30% was prelim. Studio test would be 40%. You will be invited for the studio test only in case you cleared the first round. That is the prelim. And in that, after you have given the studio test, the physical test of it, you will be having a personal interview. So friends, don't worry. We in Creative Edge and Top Rankers, we prepare you for your second round as well. That is the studio test as well as the as well as the personal interview. So stay connected, and if you haven't so far subscribed us, do take care of subscribing our channel. Next, this 2.5 year program is offered in 19 disciplines. I'm sure you have already selected it. I'm just repeating what this exam was all meant for. Now, each discipline, they've got 19 seats. So altogether, you have 19, 990 and 190 minus 19. So you got 381 seats to talk about. Okay. Let us also look into the disciplines which are offered by NID in masters. Communication design, industrial design, which have got further branches, communication design, further branches, interdisciplinary design, IT integrated, as well as the textile apparel, lifestyle, and accessory design. Friends, I'm sure you all know where all are the campuses. Like you have got communication design, film and video communication, Ahmedabad campus, graphic design again in Ahmedabad campus, animation and film design, Ahmedabad campus, photography design, Gandhinagar campus. Then you have got digital game design, Bangalore campus, interaction design, Bangalore campus, information design, Bangalore campus, and IT integrated design, new media design, that is in Gandhinagar campus. Apparel design, Gandhinagar, lifestyle accessory, Gandhinagar, textile design, Ahmedabad campus, design for retail experience, Bangalore, and strategic design management, Gandhinagar campus. Now, these are few things. Let me tell you why I am putting up into my this live presentation, spending some time. These are going to help you a little into your interview. Remember, they may ask you simple question. Where are you applying? Where is the campus? Because all your studio test is conducted at Ahmedabad. So, I mean, these are few things you can always re-refer because we are going YouTube live. So you can always, re-refer the things. Industrial design, you have got ceramic and glass design, Ahmedabad, furniture and interior design, Ahmedabad, product design, Ahmedabad campus, whereas toy and game design, Gandhinagar campus, transportation and automobile design, Gandhinagar campus, whereas universal design, Bangalore campus. Now we have come to some of the sample. I'm not going to solve all the questions. I'm just giving some of the ideally good, um, some of the selective questions. And do not take, please, in my last of the presentation, I forgot saying that I'm not taking the exact question. I'm taking something similar to that. Okay? And these are suggestive way of solving it. I will also mention that brainstorming, which I've left vacant. Friends, brainstorming is one part. Every individual must have done it separately. But there are still candidates who do not come from a design background. They make this mistake of not doing a brainstorming and not telling what all you know about it. I know you know a lot more than what you're just displaying here. But then thing is, you should you should write down everything about your whatever comes to your mind about the design asked. Now I have taken this sample question. Draw signage using both serif and sans serif fonts, incorporating color to depict no U-turn, no stopping, peace, and radioactivity. All may not think like this. Maybe one of my students, she thought that this could be correct way of doing it. Although she hasn't used any color, you should use color. For example, this arrow, no, not the arrow, but the cross could be red. So no stopping is, you are moving towards one side and that you cannot stop. Is no stopping. Radioactivity, very dangerous kind of a area. So you should put it across. Again, put a lot of red around. And of course, you should do for each and every um, signage a fair enough of brainstorming before expecting good marks. Peace sign, yeah, you know about the peace sign. You could do a little green here with a mm, with a uh, complementary background. It could be yellow here, and well, again, once you have used green, yellow, you could use blue for peace. No U-turn, we know that this is very simple design. And once you are doing something which is known, you can as well say that this signage do exist. Yes, for a betterment, you could do a different way of thinking and bring about a different kind of a signage which is more original. So I won't go into an argument onto that. And well, I think you must just be checking up if you have done something similar to it. You can expect a little good mark. Another design that I've taken really into detail is design and infographics, illustrating the steps outlined for using an ATM card. Insertion, PIN entry, transaction selection. Now, these are the things which were not put in the examination, but I have put it for the sake of you all to understand as what was required here. So transaction selection, amount input, confirmation, completion, and session closer. Very important. This is session closer. I'm of suggestion that just not the signature, how it is displayed on the ATM is also equally well important. So these words which are put by typing here could also come as brainstorming. Then what you are going to put here should also appear as as mind mapping. How do you build? Mind mapping leads to ideation. Mind mapping leads to ideation. So that also should come up. I'm sure if you are a communication design aspirant, you know the process. Firstly, we go for empathize with the subject, with the asking, problems, if at all they are there. That is where we say brainstorming. These are the problems. In fact, they are positive sign of problems. And then you do a mind mapping as to how am I going to show a bank card. So that is simple. Like that already exists. So you need to just draw a bank card. Um, then you have to select the language. And likewise, you have to give a little detail go of the infographic. Okay. One more thing, if you have already noted down, whenever you do such kind of a design, particularly in an examination, and well, practically also, you put all the write-up in capitals. So that is also important, friends. Design emo emoticons. Depict the desire of elderly individuals living alone to communication their health and living alone and to communicate their health and well-being with their children or family, particularly if they are at a distance. Now, this is a composition of a emoticon showing joy with family. This is another one showing joy with the family. Healthy lifestyle, putting up mask, you know, a positive sign of a heart with positive sign onto that my heart is being taken care of and happy and worry free. So few emoticons that I have thought are good for you to take up a suggestion from. I have done a couple of more, particularly the poster design. I'm going to discuss a little more in detail. You know, I got one more live tomorrow. Now, before we go for the poster design, let us have a product design question solved here. I think my team in Creative Edge has given a lot of emphasis as well as a lot of work done for you all to see as to how to do a product design and give a detailed sketch for that. What is missing in this slide is again the brainstorming, ideation, um, your problems to be noted down, and then the solution. The sketch only gives the solution. But the process remain there, friends. The process is emph emphasize, empathize. Then secondly, take up the uh, brainstorming. Thirdly, take the mind mapping. Fourthly, go in for ideation, cite out the problem and the solution. Then you start sketching. So all those are to be mentioned before you take up the real design. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that tomorrow we are also going in for a live about the what all question can be expected in USEED and SEED. So don't miss out even then, even that. Okay, here the question was something similar to this. Design a tea stall for a vendor with all the necessary requirement in minimum possible storage and make it fully functional. There are two sketches that we have done. And since this is a PowerPoint presentation before you, what we have done here is, you know, the labeling is little typed and all that, although the labeling would be like solar panel roof. So that is how you would write it by hand. I don't expect you to be typing it there. There's no instrument available for. Okay, so here is a brainstorming done taking solar panel as the roof, an old auto rickshaw, or maybe just the auto rickshaw, maybe new one, as um, one wherein you have made the tea stall mobile. Okay. Then every aspect of it, if you can um, read it out, an e-vehicle, so it is eco-friendly, You can write down all the menu here. H2O is a mentioning for water. Use me is a mentioning for the dustbin. Then there has to be a little display of the food behind a glass panel, or you can have this transparent pen panel. It could be transparent acrylic sheet, which is little less breakable. There's a little fan here for the person to remain a little cool. He has to work it out throughout the day, etc. If this was one suggestion, there is another suggestion, bicycle rickshaw tea stall. I don't expect you to do both of them for just one question, but yes, one of them could be your answer to get good point, but not before, as I told you, what is the problem that you are trying to cite out, brainstorming, the mind mapping, ideation, and then coming out with the solution. Those are depicted here. Now here also I can take same thing. Bicycle doesn't mean that I cannot go little modern and use a solar panel here, reduce a little electrical things. Although you don't require electrical things here to run it, maybe yes, you can make it a little motorcycle kind of a thing with the battery on here. So this is double labeled water. Now here the candidate has done what? It's like a folding one, like it has come out like this, and then there is a litter place, box presented here. The tea kettle, the saucepan, something to do with maybe a little eatery into the vessels around here. And of course, the bicycle with a little basket also here, although he has already talked about the dustbin. So confined into what is the take of this? Now you can also write down with your design the take or the advantage over the other conventional thing. One is that it is a folding one. Folding accessories are added. So you can always mention that my this cycle rickshaw, it is not bicycle, it is tricycle. Tricycle rickshaw. So my tricycle rickshaw would be kind of three wheels and chain around here, or you could have a battery driven tricycle here. Lot of folding things so that when you are actually cycling it up, you need not to have worry about everything falling down. This all can be clubbed inside a small space, as was the requirement of minimal possible storage space. So friends, you may like the idea, but I'm sure you've already faced it. This presentation of mine may be useful for some of the seed um, student, although in seed you don't have so much of um, indirect question. They've got more direct question asked, less of a thematic, but then more of working kind of a design is asked in seed. But I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Here is another question that I have taken for discussion. Design a classroom space for all diversified student group like common students, physically challenged and blind students. Now these are two types. Varied students like academics, art, and design. What could be better presentation than a total plan or top view? Here is a vanishing point in Nadir. So you are looking from top and it has been made to present to be presented into 3-point perspective actually. So it is just not the plan, it is a 3-point 3-point perspective. You should be not only planning it out good, again go with your brainstorming, requirement, problems, and then the ideation, problems, solution, etc. Then come out with the solution, as one of my student has done that, and what all has been accommodated here, it should be described here one by one. You can even number it. For example, one is digital board. I'm also using a smart TV as a digital board only to write down this. Number of sitting, it is mentioned somewhere here altogether for 25 student. Sitting capacity, 25 students. You don't expect all to be the common student, but see here, 9, 10, 19 students of category academics. 3 easels, so there could be 3 students for oil painting. Then maybe 3 seats for blind students. There is a computer there. Why? Because they can put commands on the keyboard and the answer come with the uh, with the with the sound. There is a braille chart also, so they can come onto the mm, wall, near to the wall, and read out the instructions given by the instructor in braille. There is only one exit. There is a kind of library also. Now remember one thing, friends, all can turn around from here. Suppose it is not a class of blind people, so these 3 seats can be used, these 10 seats can be used, which otherwise were meant for um, working on table for the art and design students, or for notes, or for the utilizing the library. So as it was initially mentioned, that design a classroom space for diverse student group. So the same place at different time can be used by different students, and sometime it could be only 9, 10, or maybe 12 student focusing here, 3 student focusing here, 10 student focusing here, and 3 student focusing here. This all so can run together for different kind of student. What is missing in this design is also the size, forgotten by this candidate. Size of the room, size of the hall, size of each and every cupboard, easel, digital board, etc. So that also could have been incorporated. Like friends, Ashna saying this wasn't the exact question. Yes, as I told you right in the beginning, I think you joined a little later. I'm not taking exact question. I'm taking a similar question and how to solve it. Like the process is more important for me to tell you as to how what you should have done. I wasn't there in the examination hall. Next time I will see to it that somebody from my side also enters the examination hall. But again, you can't take a photograph of the questions. So whatever you remember, just come out and write down the questions. So I'm not, I mean, when I'm analyzing the examination, what should have been done is something similar to this. And with due respect, no argument onto this. Because as I told you, you have already solved it. Many a time in such presentation, I get question, मैंने ऐसा करा था, तो मुझे कितने मार्क मिलने चाहिए? How do I know? I'm not checking your paper. But ideally, you should be doing like this. That's my, that's where I'm presenting. Furniture a piece of the function, art or sculpture with this prompt, draw and illustrate four furniture form. Now I have only drawn three of them. So whatever best it could have been done. There was a old bicycle probably. So a wash basin was made using the old bicycle. There's this wash basin, and these are the towels kept with the old bicycle. Maybe fix up a couple of stands to it, and that's it. There was this old suitcase. It is there for a cat and a kitten to get accommodated like this. There was this old wheelchair, not the side wheel, the chair with revolving wheels. Okay, so that was converted to a study table with a lamp. Since this is movable, you can utilize it in any corner. So these are few examples. Why we discuss all this? Ideally, this should have been done. So problem, again, start with answering with problems. Solution. Before that, you should have ideation. Before that, you should have mind mapping from brainstorming. I'm sure you all are acquainted with all this. Altogether, if you're doing only problem and solution, that means you have got a fixed answer. If you take up real brainstorming, real mind mapping, ideation, etc., and look into the problem, you will give a solution which is spontaneously done over there. So my giving of these sketches has practically no meaning right now. This has got a lot of meaning. If you've done this, you can expect better result. And maybe your sketch was really very good and all that, not labeled like this one is not labeled, and you haven't written the ideation, mind mapping, brainstorming, problem, citing of the problem, and solution. I think you will not get great marks unless all these things exist in your answer copy. So we are sort of friendly discussing what kind of an answer is brought in at this high level of entrance of M.Des. What does the term squeezer convey given its name? In fact, this is what we have done almost in childhood. Like now, anyone who has been doing sketching, drawing, etc. Words, rather, speaking words. That's what you could have done. The squeezer the word is speaking out. What is left out here? What is left out? What does the squeezer does? That was also to be brought in. Now, where all do you get the squeezer? There's a lemon squeezer. You get a juice. There is a cloth squeezer to dry the clothes. So it wasn't a small question like just do the word depiction. You were supposed to do its jobs as well. Now I'm coming on to the poster design. I'm sure this is one of high scoring question. Salient feature of a good poster design, if you have taken into account the concept, title, and caption to attract the audience, text limited and precise because you need to do a graphics and leave a lot of white space to what in technically we call as breathing space, both for graphics as well as for the text. And color and credits, of course, for the poster design. Today, I am giving you a very, very faint idea of not your question, but a poster design on something else. Create a poster embodying the essence of the Hindi ideation. Now, I do not know what ideation, idiom was given to you. What Hindi idiom was given to you? I have selected a different one. जहां साहस है ओ वहां ज्ञान तो होता ही है. Where this idiom has come from? There's a famous saying. This was an NID undergraduate question, earlier year question, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. And where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, said by Rabindranath Tagore. Now look at the concept. Knowledge can be acquired while courage is within. Another caption given to the poster. Here are mountain climbers going in a snowy place with the footmarks here. So, the essence of idiom, जहाँ साहस है वहाँ ज्ञान तो होता ही है. So you acquire a lot of knowledge when you have got enough courage. Look at the space given here. Of course, I haven't used the real sans serif write-up, sans serif text writing, minimum. Okay. Little brainstorming, brave, confident, courage, all shown here. There are other poster designs also. Today I am confining to one of them, not the best one that probably we discuss in the class, but yes, this is one sample where you can understand that it does satisfy everything that is required in a poster design. The concept, title and caption, limited text, graphic attraction, space, and color credits. Of course, no, not the color credit in this design. It's only black and white, as generally is asked in the examination. There are certain questions which we have tried noting down, but they are not the exact one, and I am not solving all of them. You could, I'm just pushing through the slides so that you can take a note of it as and when you require to, like, of course, they are there with the mm, with a specific branch, visual communication. These were the question. Then we had interior and furniture design, craft a narrative for a wooden chair using 5 frames to illustrate its story. So that kind of a question. As the students from a village commute to a town for school, parents are worried about safety, health, and security. How would you illustrate and describe strategy to address these concerns? Then interactive design, there were quite many questions we could note down. Animation, your roommate in the hostel room looking for a shoe, draw their expression while they hold the other shoe in the hand. Create a 5 frame animated advertisement to encourage book reading among 8 to 12-year-old children. I'm coming to today's conclusion. I'm not having very um, now Arpita is also saying the same thing. Question are wrong. No, I'm not saying that I'm bringing the actual questions in this presentation. I'm bringing how they should have been solved, not with the exact question that we cannot get unless there is a print available outside. Okay, friends, one big announcement. Upcoming courses, particularly look at our boot camp for NIFT. You see it, very limited seats. You can register now. You will be surprised at the price for 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. classes, number of days 7, starting from 8th of January till 14th of January, right? 7 days, 8 to 14 January. So you can register for that. You will be surprised as to how much you can get in a small fee payment or in a small time period. So much explained. So come in with your specific question in the boot camp and you can really think of amazing thing happening to you. Do register yourself. Do not wait for anything further because honestly, there are limited seats. If you are in and around Indore, you can physically come and attend the classes. You will be given a thorough uh, time chart to follow up, and you will be really amazed. You will be really surprised as to how much we in Creative Edge can help you in the creative ability of yours to face USEED, SEED, and NIFT. Not that we are not giving you anything from aptitude. Yes, we are going to take care of your aptitude part as well. Everything covered, almost full syllabus covered in these 7 days. Thank you very much, friends. My understanding is there that yes, we cannot talk exact questions because we don't get exact questions. If you at all get exact question, want to have a solution, you can still mail it down to me. You can approach me. Once you have subscribed this channel, you can always be connected and I will be happy to give a solution if you've got a problem. But I know that in such a situation where you have already given the examination, you can't go back and change it. But yes, if you want to utilize that knowledge about the solution in the next examination of USEED or SEED, you are welcome. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you. Before I end the class, there is one more question I would like to address. What about the MCQ answers? Friend, we will attend to it in a separate presentation. Or you could be specific asking it because we cannot get an exact question. So you ask me the exact question, we will give you that. Thank you. Bye bye.